All eyes on Doge. Big run up. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Thursday. It is Juneteenth. That's right. It is Juneteenth today. Federal holiday. No stocks trading today. Some people sort of misunderstood what I said in my video this morning about Juneteenth. I have nothing against remembrance of what happened in the mid-1800s. It just didn't need to be made a federal holiday. That's all it was. That was my commentary. We didn't need another federal holiday. So, exactly, Ron. Useless government holiday. We didn't need it. And we can stop the Columbus Day, which they renamed Indigenous Peoples Day. And like, maybe it's back to Columbus Day. I don't even know, and I don't really care. We need to be productive. We don't need another day off. That's all I was saying. It's like people are getting upstairs. People were getting upset, and I was just like, no. I know all about you. I know exactly what it is. But we had no stock trading today. And so crypto is just like dead, just flat dead. Because people are taking the day off. At least in the United States they are, and that's where a lot of the trading happens, and it's just like nothing. But is Dogecoin ready to bounce? Is Dogecoin ready to bounce? Yeah, I've got my audio up as high as it'll go. So maybe I need to speak directly into the microphone. How about that? Was that good? Was that good? Oh, RXS launched today, one of those pre-sales. It plummeted 90% after launch. Yeah, RXS has been, they've been marketing the hell out of that pre-sale. That pre-sale was everywhere. And I was just like, yeah, I ain't touching that. I ain't touching that. 90%. But I did buy into something that did launch yesterday, and I'll show you what that is. If you follow me on X, you will have known what that was. And it's up like 50%. So it's doing okay. It's doing all right. Ryan, you think it's the last day of the NBA Finals tonight? You think OKC is going to go into Indiana and beat them? We'll see. We will see. So what do I got here today? Well, right around 17 cents for Doge. It's just hanging out there, right around 17 cents. Bitcoin 1043. Again, it's just like sideways chop, 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 chop. It's all chop. It's all chop. So as we've been talking about, the summer of chop continues, but are we ready to bounce? Do we have some signals, some charts that are showing that we're about to do something with Doge and crypto? So here's the show. We start with this. Bitcoin Magazine has said, look, Bitcoin has stayed above 100,000 for now 40 consecutive days. 40 consecutive days of Bitcoin over $100,000. Whoa, tariffs. Whoa, war. Whoa, inflation. Whoa, this. Whoa, that. And it's just like, Bitcoin doesn't care. Bitcoin doesn't care. It's like, nope. That I would say is strength. That is strength right there. Strong support from institutions, strong support from retailers, hodling, right? Not selling, not selling. Of course, can't say that for all the alts though, and a lot of alts, of course, have been hurting against Bitcoin, which is why Bitcoin dominance is up so much. ETH is starting to turn around though, so we'll take a look at that. But James Wynn says this little thing we had today of Bitcoin going up, of course it went back down to about 104.3, but he's just like, yeah, it's a fake pump. I'm not buying it. We're going lower, 93 to 95K. And of course, he's only saying that because he has big shorts, right? He's got big short bets open against Bitcoin. He thinks it's going down because of the war, right? Fear of war. And it's just like, no, not going down. But he wants it to go down. And so he's trying to get other people to get freaked out and sell because he wants to win on his short bet now. And I don't know if that's going to happen. Because, again, for 40 consecutive days, Bitcoin has been above 100K. So that's what you got going right there. That's what's going on there. Meanwhile, Iran's national bank is blocking withdrawals. See, this is the problem with banks. It can happen to anyone in any country. Even the United States, it could happen. You don't know. This is why we like cryptocurrency. This is why we like hardware wallets, right? To store our wealth in our own devices, not in the banks. So we have yet another country. People can't get to their money. So we can do something about that. We know how to do something about that. And that's why we're here. Now, it could be Bitcoin, it could be Dogecoin, it could be ETH, it could be whatever crypto you want. Don't leave it with the bank. First of all, right? Banks are like now allowed to do custody of crypto. It's like, why would you do that, right? Oh, Bank of America, sure. Yeah, you can have my crypto. You can keep it for me. No.
که ملی شیرازه که نمیذارن بری داخل، پولارم نمیدن، درم بستن و میگن پول نداریم.
Can't get the money out. So I feel bad for them. Definitely feel bad for them. This is reportedly an ongoing fallout from the Israeli cyber attack targeting Iran's financial infrastructure earlier this week. Customers say they were turned away with no access to funds. Right, Ryan, F the banks. Exactly. And this is my whole strategy of debanking myself, even though
که ملی شیرازه که نمیذارن بری داخل، پولارم نمیدن، درم بستن و میگن پول نداریم.
Say that again. You got the picture. But this is why we cryptocurrency too. It's not just as an investment, price go up, we make money, but it's also self-custody of our wealth, right? Self-custody of our wealth. And you can't do that if all your coins are sitting on an exchange or with a bank, right? You're going to buy ETFs. It's like, no, you buy the real thing and you put it on a wallet. You put it on a wallet, safe and secure. Guys. Now, of course, we have a deal going on. If you didn't see yesterday, here we are again today. I have a link in the description below for Ledger. And I told you that I would let you know the next time there was a sale going on, and their sales are basically, they give you Bitcoin. So in the box is going to be this card, and the card is going to have the instructions on how to claim your Bitcoin once you get your device. This is what I did when I got my Nano S Plus. I got $30 of Bitcoin 2.5 years ago when I got this Nano S Plus. And all you got to do is they basically, you just scan the QR code, right? And it takes you to the Ledger site. And then you put in your Bitcoin wallet address and they send you the Bitcoin. Now, at that time, Bitcoin was $17,000. So that Bitcoin is now worth like $120. So my Ledger hardware wallet, essentially free. It was free now because Bitcoin went up 4 times since I did that. So just saying, that's something to check out. Again, I have a link in the description below if you want to go directly here. You can get the stacks here and you get $80 of Bitcoin. You can get the flex, you get $70 of Bitcoin. You get the Nano X, you get $50 of Bitcoin. Or you can get the Nano S Plus for $30 of Bitcoin. So that is the deal on wallets. All right, what else is going on? ETH. Let's talk about Ethereum for a minute. ETH is up 38% in Q2 2025. So if we look at the last 4-year cycles, right, in 2021 and in 2017, ETH was green in Q2, but also Q3 and Q4. Same thing in 2017, also green in Q3 and Q4. Are we setting up for this again this year, ETH to be green Q3 and Q4? Now, me, I've got some ETH, and last night I did something with it because I told you I'm getting bored, right? And I got to do some trading. And I was online and I'm like, flicking through and looking at stuff. And I'm like, I found something. I found something on CoinMarketCap, actually, that was a trending coin. And I was like, that's kind of interesting. And it was called Neura. Neura. So Neura Labs here. And so I bought this last night. It's up 60% for the day. And I posted on X. So if you guys follow me on X here, some people went, how come you don't talk about trading? And I'm like, I do. And I let you know when I buy something. I always post it. And I posted it here. Check out Neura. Just started trading today. And I posted this last night. It's a new crypto wallet with cool features. A token you can earn through the wallet. I just bought in through Uniswap. Not trading on exchanges yet. Looks like Neura Labs has built something pretty cool. And I got a lot of positive response from a lot of people. And basically, they've created a like a Web3 wallet. They call it a super wallet, and you can earn Neura tokens by using the wallet, which is pretty cool. It's on Google Play now. App Store is coming. I'm guessing it's not on Apple yet because they've got to do that. They've got to make that deal where they don't have to give Apple 30% of all of the transactions. So that's probably why they don't have the Apple app yet. But when you look at it here, it's only on Uniswap. Only on Uniswap. Now, it has just started trading on a couple of small exchanges. KCEX, OpenOcean. Bitmart hasn't started yet. Bilaxy hasn't started yet. But that's about to happen. But it was last night, it was only Uniswap. And so, Lucifer, did you get some? I did too. So what I did is I went on Uniswap. I actually created a Uniswap wallet. I never had one. And I took my 2 ETH that I had and I just transferred it over to Uniswap. It took about 30 minutes. 30 minutes to transfer ETH? I think that was more on the Coinbase side than anything else, but it took like 30 minutes. And then I bought this. And so here it is on Dex Screener. For those that don't know about, I'll get to Dogecoin in a minute, but I'm just telling you what I did. Because some of you ask, like, what am I trading? What am I doing? And I bought this right here at 11.5, right around 11.6, 11.5. Here is where I bought it last night. And overnight it was just kind of going sideways, and then this morning it just started trading up, and it went up to about from an $11 million market cap up to a $19 million market cap. So it was up like 60% here, and then there was some profit taking. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, so I've got like 4.2 million Nora tokens for the 2 ETH that I had. And I'm up. Lucifer, you're up 65% on it. Sweet. I mean, everything else is going sideways, and I was like, I'm gotta do something. So I bought this thing. So we're watching this. See what happens. See what happens. Good for you, Lucifer. You got some. Awesome. All right. So that's that. Dogecoin. Fear and Greed Index, 46. So it's kind of like, still neutral. Summer of chop, right? The news did come out about X. And Linda Yaccarino let this out, that they're going to debut trading and payments. It's mostly going to be, the news this morning was really about trading. So this is according to a Financial Times report. And of course, no sign yet of crypto integration, including Dogecoin. As I've been saying, when X money rolls out and X trading and everything else, you're not going to be able to use Dogecoin right away. The trading most likely is just going to be stocks first. We'll see how the crypto trading thing, when that comes out, but it's probably easier just to start with stocks, start with fiat money, and then add the crypto and digital asset integration later. That's my guess. So, but everybody's going to be like, whoa, it's like, there's no Dogecoin. And I'm just like, I've been telling you for months and months and months, X money is going to roll out and there's not going to be Dogecoin. So don't get all upset. Well, don't get upset at me because I'm not the one saying it's going to have Dogecoin. There are others out there though, right? Just like there are others that think the Doge ETFs are going to start trading next week. And I'm like, no, they're not. It's just another one of those 90-day review things that's coming up. But this is the next step for the X to be the everything app, right? So you can trade stocks on it, maybe crypto in the future as well. And it becomes your bank where you can make payments. You can do peer-to-peer payments and transfers, tipping, like all of that. It's all going to happen on the X app. The everything app that Musk has been dreaming of. It's coming. It's coming. Meanwhile, Trader Allen is like, hey, we have a breakout on Dogecoin, right? It's like not a strong breakout, but we can't deny it. Note that RSI supports the change of momentum. And I'm like, basically, it's just going sideways and bleeding out of the trend line. It's not a breakout. Sorry, Alan. That is not a breakout. Not a breakout. That's just sideways trading that goes outside of that downward sloping line. That's all that is. So, not a breakout, but can't deny it. Well, can't deny that it just traded sideways outside of your line. That's all. We go on. The Doge Golden Cross. We have a Golden Cross approaching. But this isn't the Golden Cross, which is the daily between the 50-day moving average and the 200 daily moving average. No, this is weekly, and this is a 10-week moving average and a 20-week moving average. So it's not the official Golden Cross, it's just two other lines, right? It's two other lines, but he's saying, look, the last time the 20-week SMA fell below the 10-week SMA was back here in 2024, right around October. And guess what happened right after that? Boom. And then the time before that when it happened was 2023, right around the November timeframe. And then Doge had this big run in February, March of 2024. So, could this be a sign for another move up? 200%, 300%. Again, it's just out there, right? It's just out there. Kobe Doge says, I don't remember the last chart forecast you got right. It's like, yep, that's true. Our friend Trader Allen, he's always positive, right? He's always positive. And it's just like, yeah. But is this the bounce? Is this the bounce we're looking for right here on the weekly, where we have the 20-week moving average falling below the 10-week moving average? Is that the bounce that's going to be coming? And look at this. John Carter here, he's like, look at this. Look at the Robinhood chart. If you blow it out on the 5-year, it's like, that looks like an uptrend. From the summer of 2022, that is an uptrend. Look at that. It's like, I didn't see that before. That's a pretty good chart, right? If it's as simple as the Robinhood charts are, you're like, Dogecoin is up 6,700% over the past 5 years. Did you hear that? Over the past 5 years, Dogecoin is up 6,700%. Meaning if you bought Dogecoin back in 2020, you're up over 6,000% in 2020. And this is why I say, over time, Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin. And the numbers prove it. Because Bitcoin didn't go up 6,000% from 2020, but Dogecoin did. It's the power of Dogecoin. It can move. It can move. Doge God says, SEC expected to decide on a Dogecoin ETF soon. No, not soon. KrissPax says October. Just not soon. People are going to get all hyped up, and then there's going to be, the SEC delays again on Dogecoin as ETF, and it's like, it's not a delay. It's just part of the review process that the SEC does. It's just going to be a few more months. And that's just normal. The same thing happened with Bitcoin when Bitcoin was going through its review processes before it eventually started on day 240 from the 19BF4 filing, whatever that was, 240 days. And as we showed on charts previously, we've got Litecoin will be before it, and then XRP is about the same day as Doge. And then there's Solana one, and there's a Hedera one, and there's some others that are all in the pipeline. So we'll be watching that, but it's not soon. It's not soon. So just keeping it real, right? Keeping it real. Check in on Neuralabs, Lucifer. It's up to 16.7 now, $16.7 million market cap. Pretty sweet. So something's moving, and that was the idea that I had. It's like I wanted to get into something that had a chance of moving, and let's see. Again, 2 ETH last night was $5,000. And now I'm at over $7,000. So I've made over $2,000 in less than a day on Neura. So just putting that out there, just what I did. You were bored too? Yep. Lucifer was bored too. Yep. So there's that. And then the other thing to look at again is our month to date. Dogecoin's down 11%. It was up 11 in May, now back down 11 in June so far. We still have like 11 days left in June. See how that goes. But remember, June has been red 8 years in a row. That's right, 8 years in a row. Hey, Beijing's here. How are you, dude? Dogecoin is dead. You didn't fail me. You came 4 consecutive days. 4 consecutive days for our friend Beijing saying Dogecoin is dead. Wouldn't be a day without it. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for checking in. So 8 consecutive years, Dogecoin has been red in the month of June. This is the 9th year. It'll be the 9th consecutive year. Now, July has actually had a number of green years. So July kind of has a better chance of being green than June. So again, I'll do my July price prediction video on July 1st. So you have to wait for that, for what I think about the month of July. So that's what we got right now. Look, chopping sideways, low volume, 17-cent Doge. That's what we got. Doge is going to zero. Lucifer. Boss Destroyer, you want to get the flex? Going to use the link in 2 days. Yep, the sale will still be going on. Let's see, what does it say? So the flex is here. It's the black and silver one that is eligible. And these go to, what is the date? I have to look at the email they sent me on how long this deal is going to go. Ledger promo. Limited time offer runs until June 24th. June 24th. So you have 5 days. Okay? You got 5 days. That's when it ends. So there you go. 5 days there. Mr. Destroyer, you got 5 days to make that. Ali, Doge is going to zero, but with a dot and a 1 before it. I like that. Doge will be removed from all exchanges. Hey, D community, how are you? Oh, Beijing, you want to get into Circle stock. You want to buy it at the top. You want to buy Circle stock overvalued at the top. That is not good trading, dude. That's not good trading. We'll watch what Circle stock does tomorrow, but most likely it's going to start pulling back. It had a huge run. You don't buy it now. It's at the top. It's overvalued. But if you do that, hey, good luck. I can't tell you what not to do. Deadman, do we have any idea which cryptos will be on X payments? No. It won't be, there will be no cryptos when X payments starts. They're calling it X money now. But there will be no cryptos on X money when it starts. So get ready for that. That's just the way it's going to be. How long until they add it? I don't know. I don't know. So much bad news is priced in already, Danny says. Yep. Is Trump going to attack or not? I don't think so. But So the system audio is way up and my microphone is low. Okay. All right. I will play with it. Again, this is OBS and I'm still just trying to get these levels right. So I will work on that. Satan went too far down the DEX scan rabbit hole. Is that what you did, Lucifer? So you got your Nora on Phantom. I got mine on Uniswap. Yep. Good afternoon, CDC. How are you? July, more chopsticks? Possibly, with some tasty little dips along the way as well. Lucifer says, I don't like circle, I like triangle. I like that. Yeah, triangle. Doge will bake a cake with broccoli. Maybe included in the video title when the audio is fixed. What will be the impact of the Genius Act? More stable coins. The United States government wants more stable coins to be used because the stable coins need to buy US treasuries to back the coin. Stable as in it is the same as the US dollar, which means they have US dollar backing it. That's why the US wants the stable coins. They don't care about crypto. They want the stable coins because it helps support the US dollar. That's all. That's all it is. So Circle went up because of USDC, stablecoin. That's all it was. With all of the catalysts, gold is stagnant. Let's go to the 4-hour chart, right? And we know Dogecoin just flirting around down there. Bitcoin had a little run, beginning of the week up to 108, and then came all the way back down to 104, which is where it is now. Gold. What did gold do? Kind of the same as Bitcoin. Kind of went up on Sunday, dropped down, and now is going sideways. Pretty much the same. The DXY was going up and then dipped after the FOMC yesterday. We had a dip in the DXY. But there's a number of these things that we're looking for dips on, like Pepe. Now, Pepe did drop below the 10 line and gained a zero back a couple times. There are some waiting for Pepe to drop again so they can buy in. And is there going to be a black swan or some huge thing of negative news? Exactly, Frank. Like if the orange man tweets and nukes the chart, exactly. That's what a lot of people are waiting for. They've got cash on the side and are waiting for that. Cash on the side. Dry powder, as we call it. And to buy in Pepe below 10. And some think Doge would crash below 16 cents and maybe get it at $15.99 or lower. There have been a lot of predictions of Doge dropping even lower. A lot of you have said, oh, I got limit order set at 13 cents or 10 cents. And I'm just like, good for you. Good luck. I don't think it's going that low, but if there's some huge black swan, you got to be ready, right? Buy on the dips. Buy when there's blood in the streets. When you get the big red candles, that's when you buy. You don't buy Circle up at $200 a share after it's gone on this huge, incredible run. That's not when you buy. No, that's when you start taking profits. You have a limit order at $96. We were looking at that $200 Doge yesterday during the stream on one of Trader Allen's charts. It was like $200 Dogecoin. It was like, no way. No way, dude. $200 Dogecoin. Again, today, right now, it's Juneteenth, United States federal holiday, low volume, and we're just going sideways. That's it. We're just going sideways. But there are some charts, though, that are showing a bounce coming. Trader Allen's right here with this weekly golden cross here that is coming next week. It's going to cross over. That's when the 20-week moving average falls below the 10-week moving average. That is the setup. So that's where the thumbnail comes from, the bounce. It's like Doge. And when Doge goes on these runs, it outperforms Bitcoin hands down. Every time. Outperforms Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin is outperforming Doge on the short time frames. We wait for these big moves. That is when Doge outperforms Bitcoin. And that's when you get like over 5 years, you get 6,700% return on your Doge as you wait, right? You got to hold it for 5 years. And that's where you make the big money. You're just buying and holding a long time. If you're cute, trying to be cute, you're trying to swing trade and stuff and scalp, and yeah, you'll make 100 here or 1,000 there. 6,000% for the Doge that you bought back in 2020. 5 years later, 6,000%. I'm just saying that's what's out there. Where's Dogecoin going to be from here? 5 years from now, in 2030. Trader Allen was saying $200 Doge, but that's like, what did we say the market cap was? Like a quintillion dollars or something? Quadrillion dollars. Some huge, huge number that's just like more than like all of the fiat in the world combined. Just to show you how unrealistic that is. Right now. 15-cent Doge would be crazy. It will be too tantalizing not to buy. Exactly. Hey, Leno Chad, how are you? Good evening. Alan must be in the hole big time. He just does that for clicks. I mean, they are pretty charts, though. He does make some very pretty colors. He changes the colors up a lot. I give him a lot of credit for the colors. Great job, Alan. You have some nice looking charts, no doubt. And he gets a lot of clicks. So he's making money on X by posting all these charts. He is a content creator on X, monetized, making money, and he's got some good looking charts. When do you anticipate the big run up for Doge? Autumn, Q4 2025. Yes, exactly. You must have been listening to me. That's what I've been saying for the last 6 months is patience. Patience. We wait. Some patience. Will the stable coins be used to buy crypto? Why else would people use stable coins? No, they'll use stable coins to actually buy goods and services directly with the stable coins. And they're just going to leave crypto to the side. Unfortunately, that's what it is. Amazon, Walmart reportedly are making their own stable coins. And the government will love it because it'll be backed by the US dollar. And that's what the US government wants. They want it all to be backed by the dollar, US treasuries. That's all it is. Bitcoin, Dogecoin, they don't care about that. Congress doesn't care about that. They just want the US dollar backed stuff. But what happens over time with the US dollar is it inflates away. They print more, all of that, where cryptocurrency actually goes up over time and you get more value instead of less value. The stable coins will decrease in value every year because they're tied to a asset of the dollar that continues to go down every year in value. That's why the price of everything keeps going up every year. It costs more and more dollars, euros, whatever your currency is, right? It costs more every year to buy goods and services because they just inflate it away. But it costs you less Bitcoin and less Dogecoin to buy things. Remember last week we looked at the cost of a house and how houses over time cost you more and more dollars, but less and less crypto, Bitcoin or Doge, just about every year. So that's why we crypto, right? And also for the banks, and I feel sorry for people in Iran that can't get to their money. Hardware wallet, crypto, self-custody. That's where your wealth should be. Guys, this is where your wealth should be. Here. Not sitting in a bank. The colors in the chart are mesmerizing. Yeah, T-community, exactly. Ryan, $18 before 200. Exactly. First things first, right? Ryan, I'm actually hearing more talk about a trade between the Celtics and the Spurs. More and more chatter about a trade. Have you heard that? Have you heard that? A lot of chatter. Spurs Celtics trade. Bossman Robinhood added a new feature called Advanced Trading on stock. Looks good, but a little slow, a little glitchy. Yeah, I haven't looked at it. Is this on Legend? Is this part of Robinhood Legend, or is this something else? I haven't spent a lot of time in Robinhood lately. But I did put $500 on there deposited, and I did get 500 entries into the Bitcoin giveaway. I did that. I want to get some Bitcoin. Yeah, it's Jaylen Brown, exactly. For your number 2 draft pick and some of your, let's say, scrappy players, right? Scrappy players. Because somehow they've got to make the numbers work for the salary. And so it's going to be a bunch of the fill-out players on the team that would come to the Celtics. And the Celtics will just dump half of them. But that's what it would be. But it's a big salary. Big salary. So because of the NBA rules, they got to do the numbers right. I don't even know if it's possible. But yeah, they want Jaylen Brown. Harry 2.0, how are you? Good to see you. In the phone app, boss says, on Robinhood. Yeah, again, I have not. All I did recently at Robinhood was just deposit $500 to get my entries into the Bitcoin giveaway. I'll take a look. They're giving away 5 Bitcoin. Five winners of 1 Bitcoin each. They're giving away. Now, of course, many people are putting on thousands and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars into Robinhood. So my 500 is probably like 0.0001% chance of winning. But at least I'm in the game. That's all. Charlotte's in the house. How you doing? Do you even know what Juneteenth is, Charlotte, here in the United States? Juneteenth? That's today. No stock market trading today. From what you know, the Spurs aren't giving up that pick. Yeah, but for Jaylen Brown, pair him up with Wemby. How's Doge looking? Sideways, Founder. Sideways, chop, chop, chop. That's it. We are in the chop mode. 17th, 18th, 19th, sideways. Blake just took out a loan, sold my furniture, told grandma we're going to the moon. Poor grandma. Poor grandma. Yes, Charlotte, has to do with slavery. That's when the last slaves were freed. I think it was in someplace in Texas, because they the communication didn't get down there for a long time. That the Civil War had actually ended, and they were like the last of the actual slaves. And so when they were freed, the last ones, that was June 19th. Galveston. See, Ryan will know. You're Texas, right? You have to do that Texas history stuff, right? So you know that. I knew it was Texas. So yeah, that was. And then during the Biden administration, Biden pushed through this thing through Congress to make it a national holiday. And so that's what I was complaining about in my video this morning, just that it was made into a holiday so we don't get stock trading. Federal government takes another day off, yet another day off. We don't need that. That's all I was complaining about. Nothing against the remembrance of what happened. We can do that in other ways. So I just had to set the record straight on that. I know what it is. They didn't teach us that in Texas history? What? Huh. I would have thought that that would kind of been important. Like a bit of Texas history there. Or maybe they only started that 4 years ago when Biden became president. And now they teach it. Now it's okay to teach it, right? And Daniel, you're still waiting for your gold bar from Robinhood? Yeah, I didn't win that. I didn't win that. Harry says, my badge should be red, but you had to make the new account. Thanks, YouTube. Yeah. You'd probably be at least up to a red. Maybe even a silver like Ryan. Maybe. Danny says, hit the likes or Doge is going to 5 cents. We'll see. Danny, you say that, and then some people will say, okay, let's go, 5 cent Doge. Let's see it. We want to buy more Doge at that price, right? Right? Buy more. You think brown for the pick is tempting? Yeah, and of course half the team has to come back to the Celtics too to equal out the salary thing. So you lose half the players on your team. Because that's the only way it works. DB, I got the Chinese movie you recommended today. Plan to watch it tonight. For some reason, when I type the title, it blocks the... Yeah. Probably a banned word, right? Great movie. Great movie. You will enjoy it. It's like one of the best movies I've ever seen. Yeah, we looked at it here. It's this one, everybody. I'm guessing that first word there was the banned word. But for those who, this is directed by Ang Lee. It is in Chinese. It has English subtitles. One of the greatest movies I've ever seen is this movie. It's called Lust Caution. It is an incredible movie. So enjoy it. There, DB. Great, great movie. Don't know what you're saying, Bebo, but okay. All right. English with a French accent is heaven. France is not a real country. I'm sure Charlotte's accent is very French. Yep. Yep. Hey, Nick, when you enter a swing trade, do you hold to a specific target or will you set a stop loss once you're positive? I entered a swing targeting 15, but my stop loss exited at 2, and it's up higher now. I don't use stop losses. Nope. I do it all. I mean, I'm always watching the charts, so and if it does dip down and I'm in the middle of the swing, I mean, I got into it because I think eventually it's going to go up, and I don't want it automatically to sell. I'll take the L for a little while and let the trade go on until eventually it turns back around and goes up. So I don't do stop losses. I just wait it out. So Beijun asks how much Doge will be when the ETFs start. Well, it depends on other factors this fall, because there's a lot of things that have been happening with Doge. First, where's Bitcoin? Let's say in October, if that's when the ETFs start for Doge, because Doge will go up with Bitcoin. So that's the first thing. And then the second would be, is there other things going on as well? Has House of Doge made some other great partnerships, which gets people excited about Dogecoin? Or are they just going to continue to do these high-end cars and bourbons and things like that? We're waiting. We're waiting for that. And what's happening with X? We got X Money launching. Even if X Money launches without Dogecoin, Doge will still pump. It's the expectation Doge will eventually be on it. So all of those things play a role in what Dogecoin's price is going to be come the fall. So right now I'm just taking it month by month, but the outlook is wait for October. You set the stop loss when you were up 5% and then it dipped down, knocked you out. Oh. Stop talking about this stupid AIX token, dude, or you'll get booted. You put it in one more time, you're gone. We don't do that here. Did we ever look into, or are we going to be looking into Dogecoin mining? Yes, we are. I gotta get through to July. So sometime in July, we'll start looking at that. The guy I talked to at the Bitcoin conference says that they get the parts for the ant miners. This is for Bitmain. They get the parts for the ant miners from China, but they assemble them here in the United States. So they're paying some tariff on the parts, but not the whole rig. So that's helping keep the Antminer prices down, not having the full Chinese tariff on the Antminers. Which was interesting, hearing that. So that's how that works. And if I want to go a full like L9 Antminer, I probably need to host it somewhere. And I talked to a hosting company because they said you can't run that in your house. It's way too loud. You need to have like a outdoor, like its own building or something to run it. It's way, way too loud and generates way too much heat. So there's these companies that you just basically buy the Antminer and you send it to this hosting company and they put it in their server building and pay cheaper electricity than I would pay here in Boston. Like I pay 13 cents and they'll charge me 8 cents for electricity. That's a big difference, 13 down to 8. So, and I did the math on that and it actually makes financial sense for me to do that as opposed to paying my 13-cent electricity here on a mining rig. So that's where I am right now. Is this a tinfoil hat stream? No. I do not mind having a discussion about people who think things are bad and things are going to go lower. It's just that most people like that are trolls and they just are jerks, complete jerks. And we can't have the conversation because they won't allow it. So that's the way it is. That's typical. Charlotte, you're flying back to France soon. I'll sit down with my mom and I'll say, hey, mom, fancy watching KrissPax? She can't speak a word of English. Yeah, but once she sees the All Eyes on Doge video, the dance video, she'll be like, ah, look at that. Maybe she'll be dancing, right? She'll get up and she'll start dancing, right? That would be worth seeing. That would be worth seeing. Lucifer says, I speak French like a Swiss guy on fire rolling down a mountain. Harry's got tinfoil. You should switch to solar. Solar's not good in Boston. It's just not, this is not the place to do solar. And plus, most of these solar companies here, they're all like fly-by-night companies. There are so many people who have solar panels on their roofs, and the company is bankrupt. It's just not a great business. Cloud panels. There we go. We got lots of clouds here. That's for sure. Hey, you, get off of my cloud. Right? I'm making a new video, guys. A new fun video. I'm going to premiere it on Saturday. The new Saturday live stream. You guys are going to love it. You're going to love it. KrissPax in a new video. It's going to be so much fun. You're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe it. Saturday, I'm previewing the new KrissPax video. Yep, it'll be in the intro on Saturday. So you guys, you gotta be ready when the live stream starts. You gotta be subscribed. You gotta get your notifications on. The premiere of the new KrissPax fun video Saturday. Oh yeah, it's a fun one, Ryan. You guys will love it. You guys will love it. Probably sometime during the stream, I'll do All Eyes on Doge as well. But the idea of the Saturday stream is not just focused on Dogecoin and the charts, but we're going to talk about other things. But that new intro video, oh, it's just going to be great. You guys are going to love it. You're going to love it. Only Kriss, only Pax. Everyone is going to expect Pax cat on that. No, the cat is not in the video. Does it have an 80s twist? It does. DB. Actually, it does. Or 70s. Right in that range. No feet. Absolutely, Danny. No feet. We know your type of fun videos, Kriss. Ah! Good one, Charlotte. No. Pax the backs. A K-pop twist. You know, there's another one. There's another one that I can do, DB, which is, it's like a Gangnam Style kind of thing. That's another one that they have. Is Gangnam Style, but I don't know if can I do Gangnam. I can't do Gangnam Style. Plus, that song would just be a huge copyright strike, and so I can't do it like copyright strike. So I got to stay away from that. Everyone remembers the foot episode. I don't even know why I did that. That was just. Uh, a video like All Eyes on Doge? No, Beijing, it's different. It's a little different. The possibilities, though. No, I can't. I can't do a Queen song, so the song can't be something that is copyrighted. What time frame do I look at the heat maps? I usually look at the 24-hour and the 3-day, Nick. 24-hour and 3-day. They pretty much tell the picture of what's going on. There's not much going on now. SNT, what's that? Whatever SNT is. Hold on just a second. I got to see what this SNT is. SNT. No idea what this is. Status? What the heck is this? It has just been going up and up and up. Whatever this is. Status? Are you guys into this thing? Wow. In 1 week, it is now up 120%. Status. 120%. Big green candles on SNT, exactly. Look at that. Now I'm trying to get the big green candles on Neuralabs. This is the one I'm in. And I'm already up 60%. I need this to go back up. I want 100% and then I'll sell. Double my money. I need to get to about 0023 and then I'm selling. Go from 2 ETH to 4 ETH. For those that didn't see earlier, this is where I put my ETH. I took my ETH and I threw it onto Uniswap. And I bought this thing last night. And I'm up 60% on Neuralabs. Meanwhile, get off track. Sorry. Got off track there, Nick. Heat maps. I just saw that SNT and I was like, what's that? So the 24-hour Bitcoin, just nothing. Took out a little bit this morning on a dip. Look at all of the new shorts up here. There's some big shorting going on. But this is the 24-hour. So now I zoom out to the 3-day. And that's typically what I look at is the 3-day. And that really shows you better what's going on because you get like this whole sideways action here. And look at the leverage down here at 103, $270 million at 103. I think Bitcoin's going to dip there. Look at that. So that's what I use the heat maps for, is to kind of look at like what the targets are if they're going to dip Bitcoin. And now that we're getting this big yellow band right there, that's got a target all over it, 103. Let's see what Doge looks like. Not any huge ones down here. Big shorts, though. Big shorting on Doge. We talked about this yesterday. It seems to be flipping more on the short side. Oh, Air Frederick. Ah! Bye-bye. I warned him. I warned him. bye-bye. Nobody falls for those stupid AI things anyway. If anything says AIX in it, it's a scam. So you guys know that. So the shorts are up here at 17.4 to 17.5 on Dogecoin. That's what we got to go up to squeeze out the shorts up here. But again, even I said that this morning too on the video, that the leverage trading on Doge is really low right now, both short and long. There's just not a lot of futures trading going on with Doge right now. There is on Bitcoin though. There is on Bitcoin and ETH. And this Bitcoin, I mean, this 103 has just got a target written all over it. So we'll see. This SNT is wild. I never heard of this one. Woo. Something's moving. Not Doge. On the 1 hour chart Doge, it's just like sideways, chop, up, down. Ripe for swing trading. Hey, Frankie, how are you? The tinfoil hat coin. There's got to be a crypto already made called tinfoil hat. The boots are working. Yeah. Monday is the 8-to-1 reverse split for KULR. I would not hold it. I would sell it tomorrow and then buy back in a week. Again, not financial advice, but I've been there before with reverse splits. If you believe in the company, do that. And you will get a lot more KULR shares that way, as opposed to riding it through the reverse split. You just don't do that. But hey, what do I know? I don't know anything, right? I just... That's what I would do with KULR. We can look at it here, stocks. And I told you it'll go down to like $7 or $6, right? I remember. It's going to be an 8-to-1, but it's now down here at 85 cents. Oh, I was thinking it would be up to $1, and I was thinking it would go to $8. But if it's really, let's say 85, 90 cents by the end of the day tomorrow, let's just say it goes sideways here. It's an 8-to-1 split. Okay, let's do that. Let's say 86 cents times 8 will be $6.88. You'll have 8 times less number of shares at a higher price at $6.88. It'll go down to $5 next week. It'll be down in the 5s. That's what I think is going to happen there, D. I've seen it so many times on reverse splits. If it stays where it is at 86 cents by the end of Friday trading, then they're going to stop it. And then Monday morning, it'll be $6.88 if it ends the day at 86 cents tomorrow. You'll have 8 times less shares if you ride it through, and then you're just going to watch it go down and down and down. Probably under $6, maybe the high 5s, where if you just sell it tomorrow, and then you buy back in, say Tuesday, Wednesday, you'll get more shares that way. Not financial advice. I've just been through reverse stock splits before. That's what happens. It looked like there was a little pump here on Tuesday into Wednesday. The news that they were going to reverse split was here, right? Monday morning. And so it went from $1.15 all the way down to like at this 86 cents. So maybe it'll trade up a little tomorrow, but I wouldn't guess it'd be over 90. It'd be somewhere between 86 and 90 cents. Look for one of these wicks up, sell, and then buy back in on like Tuesday. Not financial advice. Or you can do a test, right? Like sell half of it tomorrow and then see what happens. And then you ride the other half through the split. But I'm telling you, it's a losing situation. Most likely it's a losing situation. I have insider information, Lucifer. I'm just a boomer. Eric, yep, spot on with the liquidation map. More dip coming. Hold our powder, yes. Bitcoin's going to hit 103. Doge will probably back down to 16.5. The Magic 8-Ball Wizard is in the house. Looks a lot like Pax Cat the King. Pepito, I apologize to everyone. I'm drinking hard. Enjoy it, Pepito. You only live once, right? Lucifer wants to know what you're drinking. Sunday morning has been a regular dip. Monday is recovery. Sometimes, well, no, this is a stock he's talking about, Eric, not a crypto. This KULR is a stock. Vino, a little wine action. What bottle are you on? What bottle are you on? I'm drinking iced tea. That's what I got here. This is just iced tea. Not a lot of ice left though. It's just kind of tea now, but that's what I'm drinking right now. It was hot here today, hot and humid in Boston today, over 90 degrees with humidity. It was just like hot. So got to stay hydrated. Got to stay hydrated here. But that doesn't mean we can't dance. Let's go.
All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Was that loud enough for you? Yeah, you got the volume cranked up. Everybody dancing. Everybody dancing. But just wait till Saturday's video. Saturday's video is a good one. It's a good one. You're going to like it. You're going to like it. I know, Ryan, I extended the video just a little bit to make it match the music. You noticed, but I did that. When I first made it, I cut off the video at the end, or I cut the music off at the the end of the video, and it was just like, yeah, I didn't like the way that ended. And so I remixed it with the full song, and I clipped a little redo of the dance there at the end to make it work. So there's a little clip there that you can just catch where I spliced in. Anyway, you caught it. You caught it. Yep. In vino veritas, yes, of course. You're on your second bottle. See, I knew, right? I knew. You said you'd been drinking, and I was like, yeah, it's not just one bottle. You got to be into the second at least. Yep. You want a little wine with that? You want a wine? You want a little wine with that? Oh, the big runner, yes. Do you know in Italy, the wine is actually cheaper than the water when you go to a restaurant? When we were there last year, it was like, water costs how much? No, we'll take the wine, thank you. It's cheaper. It's cheaper to buy wine at the restaurants than the water. So I was like, okay, another bottle of wine, sure. I hate water with bubbles. Pellegrino, I hate it. Miss KrissPax doesn't like it either. We like still. Like still. I lose my boomer card when I do a remix. But we have fun. You sold Microsoft. Who's going to be the big winner? Google, probably. I don't think it's going to be Microsoft or Meta. I mean, they'll do well, but I think Google will be the big winner. Apple's just been lagging. Of course, NVIDIA is like all the rage. Drink, my friends, with wine-stained teeth, red rivers run through laughter's grief. There, I said it, Lucifer. Hot and humid in Ohio too? Yeah, like 85%. That's what we had today here. Cooled off. Yeah, we're going to cool off tomorrow, overnight. And then we'll get the hot again on Monday. Yeah, we're behind. We're always behind you, Adam, by a day or two. Red wine, and now we are free. Freedom. Yes. I feel sorry for these poor people. Lining up at the bank and they can't get their money out. I feel sorry for those are the innocent people that are there, that don't care about nukes and they don't care about missiles, and now they can't get their money because the banks are closed. Which is why we do crypto with our own wallets, guys. Just another example. You have it there. You take it with you. If it's sitting in the bank can shut the doors. So be careful, everybody. Be careful. A lot of strange things going on in the world. Doesn't matter what country you're in. Doesn't matter. Devil in a cod. Yeah, you're new here. You haven't been following along. We've been talking about the decrease in the price of Doge. because of the tariffs. However, it doesn't keep going down. Okay? Yes, it's been down. It doesn't keep going down though, right? Eventually it's going to bounce back up. That's what we're talking about today. The bounce hasn't happened yet, although you could say April 7th down to 13 cents was the low, and we're up since then, right? That's true. But now we have this weekly golden cross about to happen, which has happened before in 2024. It's happened before in 2023. And after each one of those, price went significantly higher, 230%, 313%. This is the bounce we're waiting for. This is the signal. Okay, Devilman, got it? We know what the obvious is, and that leads to people saying, oh, Dogecoin's dead and all that crap. It's just like, well, what are you going to do about it, right? Do you think Doge will have another run? It always does. It always does. So, you buy on the dips and you wait for the rips, right? You buy on the dips, you wait for the rips. So that's what I say to you, Nikod. But welcome to the channel. I don't mind having the discourse, but I do want to say it right. Yes, Dogecoin has been down since December. There's no doubt, right? Charts don't lie. We've been talking about it every day, every week, every month, right? But what can you do about it? I was buying Doge down here at 13.8. I bought a big bag of Dogecoin that I'm now up on, right? I'm up on that Doge that I bought. D community, my brokerage forces me to wait 7 days to sell my crypto. Dude, really? Yeah, don't use a brokerage, dude. Uniswap was great. I'd never used Uniswap before. And last night I downloaded the app. I created a Uniswap wallet, transferred my ETH onto it. It took 30 minutes for the ETH to get there, but I think that was more on Coinbase's side. It was their problem. It wasn't Uniswap's problem. But once it was there, I swapped it for these NULA tokens. NULA, N-U-L-A, NULA. That's where I bought last night, right there. And I am up right now about 50% right now. There's a little pullback from earlier today. Some people taking profits, but I'm waiting a little bit longer for this. But I'm up 50% on that. So that takes 2 ETH and turns it into 3 ETH. I want 4 ETH. I want 1 more ETH out of this. That's my goal. That's what I want. So yeah, we're at 0017 now, Lucifer, on this. 0017. It got up to 0019 at its peak so far. Still looking good. There's a little bit of profit taking here and there. But the buyers are coming back, buying it up. Doge is still 17 cents, boring, sideways, summer chop. Pokeballs. Who's got a Pokeball? Sushi Ritos. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what you guys are talking about now. My broker doesn't even list NULA. I know. You can only swap it. Right now, you can only swap it. Phantom Wallet or Uniswap for NURA. This is NURA. I did it through Uniswap. It was an ERC20 token, ETH token. So I just did it there. Super easy. It was easier than I thought, actually. For Uniswap, it was really easy. And I've got my seed phrase and all of that, so it is my wallet. I own the crypto on it. Bruce, putting together some e-bikes. You guys are going to go out biking. Awesome. The Simpsons show, Pepito, forecasts everything. Simpsons show forecasts everything. Yeah, you take all those rings you find on the beach and you trade them in for e-bikes. Do you have little baskets on the back where you can put your metal detectors in there? If you daily DCA the chop that is going on is fun technical analysis practice. Trying to catch the dips, yep. It teaches you how to look at charts, definitely, and how to read things. Definitely does that. Birthday gifts. To each other, Bruce? What do you want, Cat? Pex Cat's in the house. Where are you going to go? You just jump, you stupid cat. Yeah, go up there. Yeah, up there. Yep. There's the cat. Cat in the house. Everybody say hi to Pax Cat. He's about to jump up to the top of the furniture now. That's where he goes, right? Yeah, you can't do it in one, it's too high. You can't do it in one jump. You tried that before. You didn't land very well. Right, now that you did. There you go. Charlotte, do you want this cat? Are you still in the chat? Stupid cat. Only coin is up 69%. Only coin. It's not on TradingView. You've got the shrimps ready. Yeah, and he's gonna fall asleep up there on top of the bureau. Only coin. Yeah, it's a Solana thing. That is a pretty small market cap. $6,000 market cap? What? That's like nothing. $1,000 in liquidity. What the heck? This shows up 30%. Is this even the one? I don't know. Only coin Sol. I don't know. I don't know. Eric, you love your e-bike? Yep, Charlotte's cat in the house. The bikes are supposed to go up to 32 miles an hour. Be careful, guys. Frozen and thinly sliced, Charlotte. The shrimps are thinly sliced. He doesn't like them too thick. Thin. The cat owns the house. Yeah, making sure that I'm working. Yeah, you're doing that, right? Checking on me. He's watching me from up there. He's watching me. Oh my God. Only coins? Are they like OnlyFans? Someone named Tour de France, of course, says pedal bikes are superior. I like your name, Tour de France. I know, Pavito. It's only up and down. That's life, right? You can hope Doge goes faster than your bikes. Yep. Mew cat in a dog's world. Yeah, we looked at Mew before. I haven't looked at it in a while. What's it doing? Mew. 002.002. It's pretty much like down like everything else from, November's highs. Boy, that crashed a lot, right? 85%, 86% to its low. But then since that low, it's up about 50%. That's pretty much the same as most memes. So it's sort of following along. Nothing spectacular. And of course, now in June, right, the volume is like ticking down to almost nothing. What's happening with Say? Up 7% today. Boy, there was some wild action here on Tuesday. What was that? There's some wick that went all the way up to 21 cents on Coinbase. But yeah, this is a nice move. I don't know what's going on with it. Pensions are awesome, Weather Girl. Not everybody gets pensions, so don't rub it in. But if you got it, good for you. Good for you. Just be lucky they didn't take it away. I know there are a lot of pensions that were like stopped and they rolled over whatever your net worth was at the time into some like 401k thing. It's just not the same. You saw the Tour de France last year. Flat summer, Victor. That's what I'm thinking. Flat summer. Well, D community, you know what the beauty about pensions are? You don't have to pay. You don't put anything in. The company does it all for you. A 401k, you have to put your own money into. That's the difference. The pension is like, you don't pay anything. So a lot of people do both. Or an IRA if the company doesn't offer a 401k. So you not only have the pension, but then you also are saving for retirement on top of that. Typically, you can do better with an IRA and a 401k as far as investment goes than the pensions, because the pension administrators typically have those pensions in pretty safe assets. You're not getting great returns there, but it's just, they just pay it out based on time of service with the company. So if you work for a company for 20 years, you're just going to get X amount of dollars every year going forward for the rest of your life. And you paid nothing for it. It's just for your dedication working at that company. Not many companies do pensions anymore. So Monica, you're lucky. Very, very lucky. We did have more money when we were working, but it's nice to have. Just can't buy as much Doge now. Yeah, well, you're retired, right? That's it. You're not working for the man anymore. Yeah, Victor. I mean, back in January, I told you what I was doing, right? So I took a lot of profits, put it into real estate. I wasn't expecting crypto to go down as much as it did, though. And nobody was. Nobody predicted this. There wasn't anybody I know who predicted crypto in the first 4 months of 2025 was going to go down like 50%. Nobody predicted that. But the timing was right for me to buy the house, to take the profits. Late smash the likes, guys. Thank you, Sunshine. At least I made it to 69 likes today. Gold is a thing of the past? Nope. People still buying gold. Talk to Peter Schiff. He's all about gold. Gold, gold, gold. Doge will be better at $200. Yes, Lucifer. Rigged. Always. DBs into bikes. Hey, Devil Man, how about X money? XRP is not going to be the chosen one, dude. Elon has never said anything about XRP. He's never said anything about XRP or XLM. Only Doge. Eventually, I would suppose he would get talked into allowing for multiple cryptos. I would prefer it was only Doge, but yep. Red Bull, Union all the way, pension and 401k. Nice. I know, Charlotte. What? I sold Doge? How dare you? Wasn't only Doge, though. It was almost all my other crypto, too. I kept as much Doge as I possibly could, which was still like 400,000 Doge. But it did mean that I sold over 2 million Dogecoin. Yes. But we did it for the cat. It was all for the cat. All right, buddy. Oh, he's sleeping now. It was all for the cat. The 8-ball predicted it. Yes, Danny. The 8-ball. Well, the 8-ball didn't predict a 50% drop, but Bonds are the future. Exactly, Charlotte. Not gold. XRP is a hype coin. It's not a hype coin. It's just Ripple just has it for these cross-border payment things and whatever. Just not a currency. Fart coin is a bright future ahead. It's a smelly one, Charlotte. It's a smelly future with fart coin. Hey, Christian, TSG, still holding your Doge? Yeah, we wait. We wait. Hey, Charlotte, has any customers been paying in Dogecoin yet? You can just share it amongst us. Mike, you knew it would chop in the summer, but not this low? Yeah. I get it. Those tariffs really did a number on crypto. Really did the number. Yeah, I get it, Victor, where your average is. Unfortunately, for the summer, I think it's just chop, chop, chop. Which is why I'm doing other things as well, like this Nula or Nura lab, I mean. See if this is going to turn around and have a third run. It had the first run at launch, the second run today. Will there be a third run? Or did I miss it not selling at the top there at 0019? I'm hoping there's a third run that happens. I'm kind of keeping an eye on what exchanges it's trading on, because I'd rather have it just be swaps, but it looks like it's about to be trading on more exchanges here. Weeks, Bilaxy, Bitmart, looks like they're about to start trading it. And I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. Once it gets onto like MEXC and all of those, I suppose it could still run, but it could go the other way too. I don't know, Lucifer. I'm like exploring when to take profits. Right now I'm up 1 ETH. I'd like to make it 2. Free night at the Bellagio. Stay at the Venetian, dude, not the Bellagio. Venetian. Musk was just a commercial for Dogecoin. I still think he's going to do something about it. He's still going to say something about Doge. He says he likes dogs and memes, and we'll see. Hey, Wiley, did you see that a Tel Aviv stock exchange building got hit by a missile? No, I didn't see that. Peak, yeah, I started in November, and it's just gone down after an initial run. I should have sold that initial run. Didn't. Looks to be a great project, but the token has really tanked since December. Probably a good time to buy now. Way down from when I bought it. Way down. Like that kind of down. I bought it 28. It's now at 7. So I've lost 75%. But yeah, this is all-time lows right now on peak. Hard to believe it's at 7 cents, and up here it was 70 cents. It would have to do a 10x to get back to where its all-time high is. A 10x. I don't see that happening. Just really weak. So I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, I'll come down for chicken parm, Monica. Absolutely. Oh, if Charlotte goes to Florida too, we can all meet up at your place for chicken parm, but I got to bring the cat. And then she can take the cat back with her to Manchester. Okay. That's tempting. Yeah. Missing the benefit of the pro-crypto administration. Well, Mike, we talked about it earlier, was all about stable coins in the end. It was all about stable coins and as an avenue for Don Jr. and Eric to get rich on their own. That's it. That's all it was about. The stable coins are just so they're backed by the US dollar, so that US treasuries need to be bought and held for all the stable coins. That's it. Pro-crypto. I don't consider stable coins crypto. They're not crypto because they're backed by a US dollar, which is an ever-inflating, ever-printing pieces of paper that just Glover, I'm just not even gonna mess with it. Gone. That was a quick boot. God. If you come on here talking about those, oh, there's another one too. William Alexander. Oh, dude, you're gone. Got 2 of them. We got a double boot. Yeah, useless coin, but I held off on useless coin. And it's a good thing I did because useless coin was actually going down. So I bought Neuralabs instead. And Neuralabs is up. Look at that, up 44%. Neuralabs. But useless, it's not time to buy yet. It's actually in a retrace. Down 12% today. So, not time to buy useless yet. In my opinion, right? You can do what you want. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just like, no, not time to buy yet. Waiting for, I don't know what. But yeah, if you had bought last night, you would have bought the top. And it's like, nope, you don't buy the top. Wait for the dip. Useless coin last night made a new all-time high. Market cap soaring over 108 million. That's what you don't buy at the top. You buy in the red candles. That's what I did with Neuralabs. Or Neuralabs. I bought on those red candles going down after that first run. And that's where I bought in. That's where I bought in. That's a long flight over to California, Charlotte. You want to stop in Boston and pick up a cat on the way home? After you sing to the Beach Boys? Good vibrations and all? What if Dogecoin is just a story and another coin is coming out in the background? No. Dogecoin is what it is, a proof of work cryptocurrency, the OG meme coin, all of that. There's nothing in the background. It's just Doge. No pokey tacos for them. They got debooked. Ain't nobody got time for that. Exactly, Bruce. I know you're talking possible bull run in the fall. Once it gets going, how often do you think the bull runs will be happening? Every 4 years? Yeah. Right now, it's still an overall 4-year plan. It's just this year, in the middle of our bull cycle, we got hammered by the tariffs and now this war and inflation still iffy, unemployment, the migrant issue, like all that stuff. Was that a direct flight, Monica? From Hong Kong to JFK? I think my longest was 13 hours. That was Honolulu to Guam. 13 hours to Guam from Honolulu. I think that was my longest flight. Although I did go from Amsterdam to LA. But I don't remember how long that was. I don't remember. They're 4-year cycles, and crypto is still on 4-year cycles. It's just this cycle has been bad for alts. Bitcoin has held up pretty well, but Yep, Charlotte, looks like you and Leo will be on a tour in US. Boston, Florida, California, Vegas. All good. It's a big country. US is a big country. GLDM, it's a gold spot ETF. That means it just follows the price of gold, right? I find it under funds, maybe. GLDM. Yeah. Gold Mine Shares Trust. This is just going to follow gold. So since the beginning of the year, it's up 28%. And gold from the beginning of the year is up 28%. It just follows gold. That's it. It just follows gold. I guess the thing to have done was to sell all your Doge in December and just buy gold. That would have been the play, right? Who knew? Who knew? Yeah, compared to France, US is huge. France has a great rail system. US does not. United States trains are awful. They're just awful. Always late. We're such a big country, it takes forever. Like nobody rides the trains in the US. We all fly. We just fly wherever we're going. There's a few small percentage of train lovers here, and that's it. Everybody else just flies. Yep, D, it's just following gold. But yeah, that was the play, right? Sell all the Doge in December and buy gold. We didn't know that. We didn't know. Doge is trying to move up right now, short term. We'll all be in Boston when Doge hits $1. That is true. I know, Ryan, but that's this country. Just take a plane everywhere. Americans are too impatient to sit on a train for hours or days. Just get on a plane and go. Is the boogeyman coming, Chaos? If we're ever in England, we'll give you a shout, Charlotte. Absolutely. Never been up to Manchester. Only London and then took a bus tour to Bath and Stonehenge. I had to see Stonehenge. Yeah, that was it. Bath and Stonehenge. But really, the other days I was there were all London. And then I went a second time back to London for Madame Tussauds. I got a tour, behind the scenes tour of Madame Tussauds. That was fun. That's because we were doing one in Las Vegas. And so they flew me to London to see how it's all done behind the scenes. That was pretty cool. Madame Tussauds. Demo. Do you think the Fed will lower the rate? And if so, yeah, it's probably September is the first rate cut. Probably September. If all things are stable, then they'll cut. Probably a no cut in July. And there's no FOMC in August. And then they'll meet in September. So most likely that's what it's going to be. And then September, that's when things are going to start looking up for the markets. That's what I think. Train system way behind. Yep. Boston bound baby. KrissPax party. Doge gets to $1. Yep. When I go to Boston, Ryan says, I'll have unlocked a new state. Never been to Massachusetts. Monica feels good about Doge. What's coming? All good. I still got dibs when we hit, Kriss. $1.80. Sedona's cool. I've driven through it like once. Come to Amsterdam. I can get you arrested, robbed, kidnapped, all this for, of course. We want all of that. We want all of that. Hey, Jason's in the house. Welcome. Welcome. You guys just show up in Boston and just message me like, we're here. Where are you? Oh my God. Yeah, Lucifer. I think Amsterdam is the original Sin City. Las Vegas is Sin City 2. Sin City 2. But somehow Charlotte wants to go to Las Vegas. I don't know. Maybe it has some of those slot machines that she needs to make money back on. Too funny. Too funny, guys. All right, gang, that's what we got. Hey, well, look, we're ending the stream here over 17 cents. Big move by Doge here today. Look at that. Big move up to 17.05. Don't count Dogecoin out. And we could have a big bounce if Trader Allen has his way. We could have a big bounce. It is coming. So, look, I hope everyone has a great rest of your Thursday or Friday morning if you're about to go to bed. I get it. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.